Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Pica TV Presents Creatively Mining for New Business. This is the eighth installment on our educational miniseries. My name is Paul Zaffarana, and I'm your host for today. I'm one of the owners at Pica Marketing Group and the national sales manager as well. And we often get hit up times on, how do we go after new business? Well, a lot of times we all have one thing in common. I don't care who you are or what you do. We all have one thing in common. And what's that, you might say? We have 24 hours in a day. It's how you utilize those 24 hours a day. Granted, you're going to need some sleep and, a couple nice meals in there and physical fitness. But at the end of it, we all have 24 hours in a day. And trying to make the most of it is really what we're trying to do. So, we talk about different strategies and things to consider as you're going about your marketing day because, well, let's face it, that's our world. If you're going to try to go with the marketing idea and cross your fingers and hope that something's going to happen, well, that's not really a strategy. That's just kind of a hope. And we all know that hoping doesn't really make things happen. So having a plan, putting a plan together is really the best course of action for you and for your organization. Having a plan and writing it down. I could share with you a noteworthy story about some, things that we've done here. And I think over the course of the next few slides, I'll lay out for you that story and how it unfolded. One of the things we did was making way for our paying clients. Well, they all should be paying, but you want to make sure that, like the rule says, you get 80% of your business from 20% of your clients. So while it seems counterintuitive, you may want to get rid of some of your time-sucking clients. And that sounds kind of harsh to say it that way, but some of it's not that profitable. So you want to even out some of the clients or that take up a lot of your time. They call you and question everything that you're doing on the account. They question the sales practice, the payments. Maybe they late pay or something like that. You want to weed some of those out. They're a big time drain, and they're really they pull the energy out of you and your organization because you spend a lot of time working with them. So focus on a lot of stuff that is more geared towards you. You're interviewing your clients just as much as they're interviewing you. One thing we do with that is, we classify our clients. And I know some of you that are listening to this right now are going, really? You do? You know what? Everyone has a different classification, right? From the prospects and, folks that are inactive to ones that are just a pleasure to work with and some that are, not as desirable to work with. And what that helps us focus on and how to handle folks and how to think about what potential is for growth there. It gives us a better chance to have more open relationships with you guys and communicate better with you. Let's face it, we've got to work together for a lot of programs. So you might as well make that working relationship one that benefits everybody involved. Like we've talked about in other programs out there, if it's not a win-win relationship and one person's taking advantage of the other one, it doesn't make it for a very good relationship. You want to make sure it's win-win for everybody involved. So yes, some of you folks on this call do have a classification. And no, I won't tell you. Sorry. Anyway, one thing that we do is try to reactivate dormant clients, right? We want to find out how to reconnect with folks. Some businesses may have been lost for any number of reasons, for lack of the salesperson or owners following up. People change jobs. Programs get lost. Somebody gets moved to a different portion of the program. But writing it down, we tied this program into reactivating dormant clients. We're puzzled how time flies. We'd like to reconnect. Somebody that we worked with that we may not have done enough business with, that maybe they're in a new position, and you really enjoyed working with them, but maybe the volume wasn't there to do it. Maybe that is a piece that you could put together. That can was a mailable can, and we put that wrapped it up, mailed it out just like that. So it was a great way to reconnect with folks. When we look at our client base, and if you're trying to get a lot of clients out there, one thing you can do, especially with larger organizations, is try to dig deeper within those organizations. Having a chart with all the different department heads. Maybe it's you may deal with only marketing. Maybe you want to deal with HR and compliance. Folks that handle from the C-suite. Maybe they're another player in the other departments. Maybe it's a who's in charge of safety. Someone that's in charge, within any organization, there's probably close to 20 different titles of folks that you can do. You want to find somebody in the organization to be a champion for you. And that makes your job a lot easier to do because now you're part of that organization, you're part of that team. You want to be an invaluable member to that team, not just a supplier. If you're a partner with your customers out there, it's a win-win for everybody involved. Other things you could do out there is try to find Zoom Info is a resource for acquiring some of your prospects or clients out there. Maybe you do work with one group and you want to find out who else is in the organization. You can utilize a service like Zoom to go in there and do some digging for you. Well, it's a fairly costly initiative. If your organization's big enough, you could totally use that. You could hire a virtual assistant. What's a virtual assistant, you ask? It's somebody that you can replicate yourself. Not genetically like that, but you can utilize and replicate your work that you do. And you could give them some tasks to do. Maybe it's to go out and research these companies and find out who those key contacts are in those different departments and help you gather the names and email addresses and so forth. You could tie in with Upworks, which is another online service to help you go through and detail out some of those clients. Big one that we ask about with our clients is asking for a referral. We ask oftentimes, if you know somebody that would benefit from working with us, please share the information with them. Should we compensate or just ask? Compensation for it feels to me like you're paying for a referral on it, which I'm not necessarily a big fan of, but it happens out there. And sometimes it can be used to your advantage. You may compensate somebody with maybe a free setup. Maybe it's a spec sample with their logo on it. Maybe it's a way to give them a discount on a future order. That's a great way to do, a compensation referral through clients. Or sometimes people are just really excited for working with you and they want somebody else's job to go that much easier, and you can just ask. You can also send a survey out. See how we're doing. We ask oftentimes, how was the job that we did for you? Were you happy with it? Real simple, yes or no. Keep it real easy for folks to answer with it. Are you happy or not? Be very specific about what you're looking for with folks and see how, what ideas or programs are working on, or somebody else may be working on that you could get a referral into. So sometimes just the simple asking is a real easy way of finding that out. Some of the other ways you can do this, finding in your biggest clients, is dig deeper. Find the other players in the departments. Maybe it's prospects. There's the Zoom service that we talked about. Another organization called MarketMax will cold call for you. You can use a Delegate CX, which is a virtual assistant resource, and Upworks online. So these are just some that we have available. None of these are necessarily who we are go-to on it, but they're just some resources for you. As you can see, you can do a lot of this stuff in getting a referral that we've done in the past, whether they're door openers, whether they're comparing what we are and how we are to other folks out there, appointment setting programs, differentiating yourself from everybody else. These are just some great ways that we've been able to tie this all into it. So hopefully you gain some nuggets and some useful tips out of this mini-series. If you want to chime in and look at some other stuff, we're talking in the future about policing and protecting your brands and building successful marketing campaigns. We'd love to be able to help you. If you heard some tidbits in here that you think would be great to hear more about, feel free to reach out to us at pikemarketinggroup.com, myself at paul@pikemarketinggroup.com, or call our office, as you can see here. Love to have you. Love to help you. You're a reflection on us, and we're a reflection on you. So let's make a great team together. We're always here to help you come up with great ideas and new ways of thinking about how to expand your marketing reach. Until next time, happy marketing and have a great day.